Good day, everybody. Tracy Brown here. I hope you're doing really well. Thank you for bearing with me on my little video hiatus. I didn't do any videos, any new live videos last week, that is. Just took a little break to be with some family, and now I'm back at it. I am hoping you're enjoying the different view. Just kind of want to do things different, and the weather's really, I know it's a little overcast right now, but it's also really nice. And I'm hoping you also hear the birds and all that kind of good stuff. So, I just want to talk about body image a little bit, and the reason I want to bring that up out in here in this little area where I have got some shrubbery going on. You saw my basketball hoop. I've got all kinds of stuff going on in the background, which I think is really cool. And this really tall guy, can you see this plant? Well, actually that's a tree behind me, but there's also some really tall plants that are around me, and we're going to use those as illustrations today because you see this really tall thing, this little, let me see if I can even look at it better. Yeah, there's this really, well, there's some pink things here. Those are pretty tall. But these things right here with the little pink spikes on top, those are kind of far away in the back. They don't look that tall, but they're actually pretty tall. And I'm never going to look like those. If I were a plant, I would never look like that plant. I would be looking like this. There's some little guys over here. They're really close. I think you see them. Really close to the ground. Like kind of pink and yellowish. Those would be me. I'm never going to look like the minute bowl. Really tall plant over here. I'm going to look like this little one over here, over my shoulder there. That's the way I was made. And it's not your fault that we are a part of this culture that believes that only one plant or body size or shape is the right one to be. But the truth is, if I had all the same kind of plants in this little land, you know, we kind of got some stuff planted and mulched and stuff over here, that if we didn't do that and it was all the same plant, it looks kind of cool, but it would probably get a little boring because it's the same thing. And so that's what I think about people as well, is that if nature makes all these different kinds of trees and plants and everything that happens to work in this ecosystem, you know, there's just as much diversity as in probably your own ecosystem, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And so I know that this message was helpful for me because again, I was lucky enough to be raised kind of out on, I think I say lucky, not lucky in terms of treatment options, but at least lucky in terms of nature. I was raised in an area where, you know, pretty plentiful, and we lived in a rural area and got to see all kinds of variety of things every day, all the time. And before there was the idea of body diversity, which it's always been there, of course, but before there was the idea of, let's even health at every size, and having the science of like, there's all different kinds of bodies, and people show up in nature and can have health, relative health, at all different shapes and sizes. So before there was that science that proved that, and people were walking around proving that, we just didn't have their blood work to show it, there was this. We had nature to show all these different kinds of plants that are all different shapes and sizes, animals too. And that was something that actually gave me some hope in remembering, like, okay, if there's all different breeds and sizes of plants, and let's say of dogs, then why wouldn't there be of people? And who says I'm supposed to only think that the Great Danes are the awesomest when Chihuahuas are equally as awesome? Same thing with these plants. That little plant over there that looks more like me, who says that plant is not as valuable or nice to be around than this tall one right here above my head? And so if science isn't your thing, and like you appreciate it, but it's like that doesn't convince me that my body's okay, even if it's healthy. Well, look at this. Every cell in your body has a purpose and a program. Every cell in your body is going to try to do what it needs to do for life, and that also includes helping you be at a weight that helps you at this very moment, given your past circumstances, maybe of chronic dieting or restricting or traumas or whatever you've been through. It needs you to be a certain way at this point, whatever that is. You don't have to like it, but maybe it's defending this place for a very good reason, which is survival. And you hating it actually just brings another layer of stress and of abandonment that our poor bodies just can't afford. So I want you to think about that. Those of you who are coming live, thank you so much for watching. This video is really important to start from the beginning, I think, to be more helpful to you. So please go back and watch from the very beginning. But all I want to say is, is that there is diversity in nature. So of course there's going to be diversity in people. And I hope this little illustration helps you recognize there's nothing wrong with your body. You don't have a wrong body, even if your body's changed as a result of time, age, circumstances you've been through. This is all really, really normal. And I think the closer we get to, you don't have to love it, but with being just a little bit more okay with the idea of it and saying, hey, thank you, body. I don't love the fact that you had to change size, you gained weight through my recovery or everything I've been through, or even if a health concern has made your body change, or a life change or life transition has made your body change, then maybe it's not wrong. Maybe it's just our culture that's screwed up, and that maybe we get more on the side of our bodies versus what the culture says. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon. Take care. Bye.